Jin left the day after I lost most of our money on my ill-fated S&P 500 trade. I was devastated. On our way out the door, Jin had told me that I had to start asking myself the hard questions. How important was she to me? How important was the restaurant to me? How important was my trading to me? When I told her that they were all important to me and I wanted them all to be a part of my life, she turned around and walked out the door. I knew I needed to learn how to pull my life together, to manage both my trading, since I wasn't willing to give it up, and figuring out how to start work on the restaurant plans again. Most importantly, however, I needed to figure out how to get Jin back and let her know how much I love her. You know, while she was gone, I kept thinking about a story she told me one evening about her father. Jin was a very independent little girl. She didn't want to have to wait for anybody's help to do anything. Lau recognized this in his daughter, and instead of trying to fight her on it, he tried to give her the tools to cope with it. He used to tell her to keep one eye on where she wanted to go in life and one eye on the ground in front of her. That way, she would always stay on course, but she wouldn't trip on the cracks in the road at her feet. I hadn't really thought about that story a lot before she left, but it suddenly started to make sense now that she was gone. I had forgotten to keep one eye on my longer-term goal of running the restaurant, and instead had focused both eyes on the ground in front of me when I took that trade. Ironically, I had also done exactly the opposite thing when I was evaluating the S&P 500. Instead of looking at multiple time frames to see what was happening on the S&P on both a longer-term and a shorter-term time frame, I had only focused on what the S&P 500 was doing over the long term. I forgot to keep one eye on the short term. That's a mistake I won't make again. I can't. If I want to get Jin back, I've got to be